Less than 10 years ago, such a court ruling would have been unthinkable in Kenya. The cruelty inflicted on these men would have been hushed up and forgotten had it not been for the diligence of human rights campaigners pursuing court cases dating back to 2004. Now the victims can smile, and at least another 80 cases are to follow using the landmark ruling as a precedent. It comes as a severe blow to the reputation of former President Daniel Arap Moi, who had ordered his secret police to clamp down on any political dissent back in the 1980s. His officers rounded up hundreds of people, often randomly, taking them for torture in an office block in the centre of the capital. It may look like any ordinary 1980s-style office tower block, but the mere mention of this building's name, Nyayo House, used to send a shiver of fear through most Kenyans. Under the building, a modern-day dungeon used to humiliate and break down political prisoners. Men were stripped naked, beaten up, kept without food or water for days on end, in darkness, sprayed with hot and cold water, and left to somehow survive in waterlogged cells. These two men can recall vividly what they went through.
And you are beaten for hours on end until you are completely demobilized.
After some time, you start now hallucinating. You start seeing death, it's like you are dying. Sometimes you can stand on that water, you fall down.
And each time you are being reminded that you think we are threatening you with empty threats. People die here.
Human rights campaigners say the ruling means the government should now settle with other victims.
I think it would be wise for the government to settle most of these cases out of court. It is cheaper, it is faster, it's efficient, and you don't have to be dragged. The government's name must not be dragged in mud all the time. It's easier for them to admit torture happened and pay up.
It's more than 2 decades since these men's lives were devastated. They may have been compensated with money, but the perpetrators of the torture are unlikely to face justice. Andrew Simmons, Al Jazeera, Nairobi.
Well, let's get some official reaction. Mutula Kilonzo is Kenya's Justice Minister and joins us on the phone from Nairobi. Thank you for being with us, Minister. What's your reaction to the court decision, first of all?
Well, I want to salute the court. As you have correctly pointed out, this would not have happened, leave alone 10 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. As line Minister for Justice, I welcome the decision. I am personally encouraged that our justice to show that belong to the judiciary. And the government will comply with the decision.
Okay.
And they are long overdue.
If then you are happy with the way things are going, can we assume the government will now move to try to indict people responsible for what was going on?
I sincerely hope so. It's my desire human record of this country corrected once and for all. I told the Human Rights Commission in Geneva in May that this is going to be our approach. My joy right now, such as it is that the courts are waking up to their responsibility. Because during my watch as line Minister for Justice and Human Rights, I will encourage those who feel that their rights have been violated in the past, that they take these matters up, they prove them before the court, the government will follow suit. As for the perpetrators, I sincerely hope.
Sorry to interrupt. What I'm asking you is whether you, as the Justice Minister, will act within the government to actually pursue the people responsible for these crimes.
Well, unfortunately, I am not responsible for either investigations or arrests or prosecutions. My work is to promote a line on human rights.
But as a member of government, you can come out rather more strongly in favour of such action, can't you?
Absolutely. I'm calling upon the investigating arms of government as well as the prosecuting arm, which is the Ministry of Internal Security, Professor Saitoti, and the Attorney General, to initiate the necessary action. As I say, mine is policy on human rights, and I welcome this turn of events. I salute those gallant Kenyans who have taken up the law and proved their cases before the court. But as to the perpetrators themselves, this is the work of the Internal Security Ministry and the Attorney General. I encourage them. I actually call upon them to initiate investigations so that those who committed these atrocities, because torture is internationally recognized as an unacceptable approach to law enforcement.
All right.
The sooner this is done, the better.
Justice Minister Mutula Kilonzo in Kenya, thank you for talking to us.